Hello everybody, can you see or hear me? That is the first question. Hopefully the video footage is up, or the frame rate's up a little bit. I was trying a different camera and of course it decided to not run for me. So can everybody see me? Am I up? Yes, no? Thumbs up? Or thumbs down? Thanks, buddy. Okay, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Oh, good. Okay. Is the screen moving quick enough? Or is the frame rate okay? Excellent. I'm going to assume everything's going according to normal. Good. Okay, perfect. It always makes me worry a little bit. So first of all, thank you to Martin Sensei for inviting me back. I sincerely appreciate any opportunity to train with you, hang out with you, kick and punch with you. It's just awesome. And this is such a great, positive community and a shining light in the karate world. So what I intend to do today is, this is my third time back. What I want to do today is I want to go through linking together kata. So I want to be able to link Heian Yondan, Jion, and Jien together, bringing those together. And so this will be kind of a fun part, and we're taking a very, very small part of the kata to be able to do that. Again, I hope that it's not so choppy. I hope it sort of works out well. If it isn't, just let me know in the comments, and I don't mind restarting or shifting some things around as we go. Or I can ask if, it's obviously my son is on online learning, so that's sucking some of our bandwidth. So anyway, let's get started. Let's just warm up. So, hey, Super Dutch. Right? Us. Very good. Let's warm up. Just relax. Backwards. Good, out and in. Good, out and back. Good, leaning up to the side. Switch, other side. Good, breathe in, relax forward. And relax back. Just going to grab that. Good, relax forward. And back, one more time. Good, making Zenkutsu Dutch, one side. Relaxing down. Ball the foot. Good, all the way around to the heel. And switch, Zenkutsu. Ball the foot. And heel. Good, up, hips, nice big circles. Other way. Excellent. Good, let me just do one more check up here. Good. Everyone ready to go? Excellent. Okay. So from here, what I want to do today is I want to sort of talk about the genius of Shotokan Karate. One of the things that's absolutely spectacular about it is how kata self-inform from one kata to the next to the next. And what I want to do today is talk about sort of an unusual technique. It's sort of in a way that you wouldn't necessarily think about it in a general sense. And it's one of those silly things that instructors tell you to do, but you're sort of like, yeah, I'll do it, kind of, and then you do it because you're told, but you never think about why. I want to talk about that, but then relate that set of movements across multiple kata and show you how they increase in complexity, and they really describe how to deal with a particular situation in a multitude of ways, right? Using the same set pattern of movements, and really give you what-if scenarios as you increase in rank, as you increase from green belt in this case to brown, black belt to a higher downgrade. So that's the idea for today. So bear with me, have fun, and this is a blast. So from here, just to warm up, with whatever space you have, I can make a couple of steps sort of forward and back. Step forward, hidari zenkutsudachi gerambarai, kai. Good. Now from here, just moving forward, nice and relaxed, oizuki. What I want you to think about foot, rear leg, hand, timing together. Just nice and smooth, very soft, very relaxed, thinking about timing only. Hey, each. Good. Fit in another knee. Good. From here, turn. Same. Each. Knee. Good. Turn. Try again. Each. Knee. Good. Turn. Each. Knee. Good. And up. So, when you make that, there's certain things you want to think about. Think about all of the good karate technique that you should have. Strong front knee, body pushing forward, lunging forward, the squeeze of the legs together. But what I want you to feel for now is I want you to feel elbow, hip, timing. So elbow and knee are connected like a mannequin. Your hip is connected to that. And as you step, feel that push through simultaneously. That push through simultaneously. That feeling. So let's try. You ready? Each. Knee. Smoothness. Turn. Each. Knee. Good. Turn. Each. Knee. Turn. Each. Knee. Very good. A couple of things to watch. Make sure that, of course, as you step, you're not sort of changing your direction. Make sure you're stepping straight in towards your target. Straight in, not out this way. Right, that's your stop. So think about that timing. Let's move for a few fast. Ready? Again, same timing. Everything starts together, finishes together. Quick hands. Don't slow your hands down to speed your to make your feet quicker. Just speed your feet up. So, each, knee, push. Good turn. Ready? Each, knee. Good turn. Check as you make the push that the hip isn't orphaned. Don't leave this hip here behind. Don't leave it kind of here in this sort of half-face position. Squeeze it round, push off that back leg. Make that drive. Don't leave it. Squeeze it in. So as you push, feel this drive. Again, fast. Itch, knee. Good, turn. Again, itch, knee. Very good, and relax. Good. So nice and easy, good timing of technique. Hip, body, elbow, fist, all the same time. In my mind, when I think of hand and foot same time, I don't necessarily think of this front foot. I think more of the rear leg pushing in time. That is my hand, foot, same time. The way I think of it. Second drill. From here, just nice and relaxed, make maigiri. Just relax your arms. They don't need to do anything. Let them relax. Just make the kick. Ich. Good. Knee. Turn. Again. Ich. Knee. Good. Turn. Couple of things I want you to be cognizant of. You shouldn't have the pelvic tilt of the kick happening when you lift the knee. Make sure you squeeze, and then as the shank extends, as from your knee to your heel extends, from there, expand the hip forward. Lift, expand, because you want your body center to hit the target as your foot extends, not when the knee lifts. That's going to change in some of the drills we do a little bit later. But be cognizant of when your hip thrust, when the pelvic tilt occurs, as to when you're hitting the target, because you want the target hitting and the pelvic tilt to occur at the same time. Let's try again. Hey, you can speed up, just relax, nice mellow kick. Ich, knee. Good, turn. Again, ich, knee. Good, turn. One more. Ich, knee. Good, turn. And relax. Last drill for warming up. From here, all I want you to do is we're going to do the classic oizuki or maigiri oizuki. So from here, all I want is just kick, hold, punch. Kick, hold, punch. Just like so. Keep it soft, keep it relaxed to start with. Ich, knee, ich, knee. Turn. Hey, remember, lift, tilt. Ich, knee, ich, knee. Good, that drive. Now, what I want you to do and what I want you to think about is combining the two things together. Make sure that you've got this lift pelvic tilt occurring together and then the drive of the back leg occurring together with this. It doesn't have to hit the same time as the foot, but you want them to connect really this together and this together, right? So as you make that hit, feel lift, tilt, then drive, push, same time. Those two things, those two pieces. So there's a stretch here, and there's a stretch here, right? Between those two places. Try again. Broken down into 2 counts. A ich, knee, ich, knee. Switch. Ich, knee, ich, knee. Good. Easy, right? The next step for us is to think about this idea of now combining it into one smooth action. So remember how smooth and beautiful this felt. As you drove forward. Right, remember how smooth that feeling is. I want you to keep that same feeling, that feeling of the fist, just stepping forward and punching, but now add the kick. So as you go, simply feel kick, punch, kick, punch. You want as small of a gap in time between the foot hitting the target and the punch going out. So you want that expansion of technique, the expansion here, boom, boom, and the drive of this leg. When you think about it, they happen kind of separately but together. You want this lift and drive, that drive, boom, continuing through. So rather than controlling, just retract the leg, keep that drive of the back leg going to explode into the punch. Almost too easy, right? Let's try. Again, don't go for gold, just smooth. Ready? Ich, knee. Good, turn. Ich, knee. Good. This feeling. Try again. Ich, me. Good, one more. Ich, me. Very good. And relax. Easy. So these are techniques that you're used to. You're used to, as a Shotokan Karateka, as we all are, we're super used to making these percussive kind of techniques. Techniques that hit, bang, this kind of feeling. That's what we do. That's our bread and butter. But there's a suite of techniques where, and what you do as we make these percussive techniques, it's like I'm riding on a train, choo-choo, and I'm throwing a stone on it. So that train is moving with a massive amount of momentum, and I simply throw. I create the speed of my hand. So I beautifully couple mass with speed, and I make that speed super fast, right, through throwing whatever my limb is. There's another class of technique in karate which are more smashing techniques. And these move they don't have this sort of extra pink kind of feeling. What they do is they simply form into a rigid shape, and then drive into the target. So what we're going to use for that as an example is my empi, front elbow strike. So my empi uchi. Remember, mawashi empi, simply turn around, drives with the technique. Age empi, up with the technique. It occurs as the hip drives through. My empi is very different because it pierces into the target. What it does effectively is it's here, it comes up, it forms and drives. It continues into the technique. It doesn't, the timing of it doesn't occur at the usual place. It literally forms, then stabs in, because you've got a pointy thing that's very, very solid. It forms and then drives using the rear leg. It makes this feeling. So as I step, the technique is formed. And you see these all over the place if you watch karate. Hand sandan. This movement here, a squeeze. The technique's already formed. This is the pressure that you need. We see that all over the place. So let's try my empi, and then we're going to take principles from my empi and incorporate them into the drill we've just done. So, what I want is from here, just slowly, we're going to do it in one count. I'm going to trust you all think about this as we go. Step slowly, and I want you to form the technique well before you go through. So the hand just comes up, just showing you to the camera. Yeah, this position, this elbow point is directly on. It's not to the side, it's not too far over, it's directly forward, pointing. So it's stabbing like a spear straight into your target. So nice and relaxed. Just take from here, each form hit, knee form hit, turn, each form hit, knee form hit. This type of idea. Let's try a few more. Each form hit, knee form hit, turn, san form it hit, shi form hit. Good, let's try with some speed. Ready? Hitch, knee form it hit. Good, hitch form hit, knee form hit. It's very important to make that shape and then just press your body in. These techniques, they don't feel like much, but I do challenge you, stand in front of a makawara, stand in front of a bag's probably better, something that you can stand up and just drive into, and they're actually very devastating because it's your entire body center driving in, and you're putting your entire body weight behind an elbow with very little timing. It's kind of clever. Try a few more. It's me. Good. Turn. It's me. Very good. And relax. Excellent. So, we now have this concept of being able to form the weapon and then drive. We can do the same thing with the technique we've just done. So why might you use these style of techniques in your karate? Well, Well, let's say I'm here, I kick, I make my technique, and then I push down. There's multiple reasons I might do that. Number one could be if I get my opponent, which is this incredibly good-looking salmon-colored chair, but if I use this as my target, it may be simply that my opponent is closer to me, so I've got to get that technique out. Here, and I've got to get that technique in before the end of the drive. Oh, there, that's where I need it, right? To basically make the shape and make that percussive timing on my target early. The other alternative is that we could use that same premise. The partner is further away this time, or we've kicked them further away, and I'm simply kicking, forming the shape, and then pushing into them. Why would you want to do that? Well, the answer is simple. You might do that to, one, get a gauge of distance to your opponent for the follow-up shot, right? So the full technique might be here, gauge distance, get it on target, or push them back to the distance to get the perfect shot. Or alternatively, to control your opponent. Where here, you kick, you put a hand on, and then hit them, right? These are the kinds of ideas you can come off. And again, you see this hand, sundown, grab, you've got a hold of them, you know exactly where they are. And so you want that sort of concept. You want that sort of idea. So what I want you to do is, as we go through, just move slowly and try a couple of repetitions with simply kick, make the punch, and then drop down. It's going to feel weird, I know. I'm probably going to go into timing hell and everybody's going to yell at me, but that's okay. From here, kick, make a weapon, and step. Kick, make a weapon, and drive. Exactly the same way that you did my MP. Ready? Itch, kick, make, step. Knee, kick, make a weapon, and step. Ready? Itch, kick, make a weapon, and step. Knee, kick, make a weapon, and step. So notice it's different from what we were doing before, which was simply boom, boom, good timing, to now boom, boom, poor timing, or controlling my timing in a different way. So let's try again. A itch, kick, control, press. Knee, kick, control, press. Turn. Itch, kick, control, press. Knee, kick, control, press. This kind of feeling. Feels odd, doesn't it? But that's okay. That's the point. Right? If I'm simply talking about basic ideas, we've got to take those and move beyond them. So let's try a few of these quick. Try and get the timing right. If you get it, that's awesome. If you don't, this is something to work on and play with. And then what we'll do is let's apply it to kata for the other 30 minutes we have. So, from here, make zenkuts, moving with speed. Itch, kick, place foot. Oh, did you make it? Did you get that hand out before the foot landed while your body center was still driving? If you did. If you didn't, try again. Ready? Knee. Good. Switch. Try again. Itch. Knee. Good. Let's try a few more. Hey. Itch. Knee. Good. Now, hopefully, just something I want to make very clear. When you do this, you should make sure and ensure that you can do it both classic timing, kick, boom, everything together, and also the timing that we're talking about here, right? You should be able to do both at will and control it, right? So next time you're in a class, it should never be an accident as to which type of timing you're using. Cool. So what's all this kihon got to do with kata? Let's bring it into kata and make it useful. So where this comes out of, in my mind, is out of Heian Yondan. And this is the classic, you just come around, boom, boom, up, pop, right, this piece, and you're up to turn and push into Kikiwakyuke. I don't care which way you get into Kikiwakyuke, that's not the purpose of the class. We can do it 1,000 different ways. But what I want you to think about, and this is really important, is always hip, hand, body timing. Never this, where your hands are moving orphanly by themselves, right? Where they're moving by themselves. Rather think body, hand, all together. So it links all together. Your feet, hips, sticking together. That's the only point I want to make. The part I'm interested in is the kick and the double punch. This is the piece that's interesting for us today. So let's try it. And we don't even need to do the turn. Just from here, just simply make whichever side you want. We're going to do both. Just from here, make kiki wa kyuken to kokotsudachi. From here, kick, punch, punch. Make that double action. You all know this part of the kata. So I'm going to talk it through as a regular instructor. This is what I would always tell people. As they come in, as they make this drop, they do the kick, you do not pull this hand back and push. That is universal. This is a no-no. The punch occurs strictly from here and pushes out. That's one of the key points of the kata. The reason that you might want to do that is here, kick, push the same push, then slam, is that this makes the same controlling action. It's a distance setter. So just like my MP sets up here, and we were doing it before, we would kick, make this with the idea of being able to set up your opponent. I argue that these techniques here, this is not a percussive technique. It's simply one that's driven with body weight. It's not designed to the person. It's simply designed to push them back to a distance where you are set up for the following punch. Right? This is the idea that you want. And so as you're here, have this feeling of kick, place, and then drive. Have this idea of here, kick, place, and then drive. So what we have is we have this idea of here, kick, press, then finish the opponent. This idea. When you think of Han Yondan's context, Han Yondan to me is the opponent is right on top of me. So have that feeling. Let's try it for a few. So from here, you ready? With me. We're going to move this side, then this side. Then kick, punch, punch, punch. Good, and back. Try the other side. Knee, kick, punch, punch. Good. Try again, other side. Knee, kick, punch, punch. Good. Do your very best not to drive or pull this back. Simply push it forward. With that same timing of almost forming the technique. Getting them back. This idea of just pushing against them. Ready? This side. Go. Push, then punch. So the first technique is a push, second is a percussive punch like you're used to. Ready? Knee, push, punch. Good, back. Knee, kick, push, punch. Good, back. Knee, push, punch. Good. Again. Knee, push, punch. This feeling. So it's important that as you make this drop, as you make from here, feel your body weight push with the technique. Push with the technique. Your idea here is to push something heavy backwards. You've come round, you've got control of the opponent here, you knee them, right, because they're close, we'll talk about that in a sec, and then you're getting them to distance with this hand, opposite hand now, delivers that finishing blow, right? This is the idea, this is the concept that you kind of want. So let's try it again. Keep strong, good feeling between this hand and this hip as you push. Knee. That feeling. Then punch. Again, opposite side. Knee. Push. Punch. Very good. So you want that flavor. Now, something that you want to do with the timing is remember before how we had a kick, a punch. You can also have a little bit of room left in the rear leg to make a second punch. So when we were stepping forward in Kihon, you can make this kick, form, punch. So it's not doing this timing. Kick, punch, then this is kind of empty. Rather, think kick, form, push. So that last little bit of push provides the body weight, drive for that second punch. Let's try that in Han Yondan. Here, press, kick, press, and then just as you feel yourself just rock out of balance, this should have already been formed, fire the second punch. So that both happen within that single step, almost like an oizuki. Here, try the other side. Here, kick, form, push. So this is our double punch. When you do this, it ends up looking knee, like the classic kata. Knee, boom, boom. This feeling. So, let's try that again. You ready? Let's do a few. Play with the timing, slow it down, speed it up, depending on your level, yeah? Knee, push, push. That may be where you're at. You might be knee, push, kick, push, push. Same feeling. Again, make sure there's that solidness, that heaviness in that first punch. Don't make it percussive and weak. Make it solid with the dropping of the body. One way to do that is feel your elbow and your hip are connected. So as you make this, feel the kick happens, feel this sort of downward pressure as it goes. So you can almost think of it as this almost Gioni drop together. Not arm, but rather together. That simultaneously boom kind of feeling. Try a few more. Knee, Jordan kick, push, push. Very good. Again, knee, some kick, push, push. Good, and back. Two more. Knee. Good. Sun, sheep. Good. And relax. And if you notice, I mix them up. Sometimes I make it place and then use the drive of my hip. Sometimes I connect the drive and the push of my back leg into one. This is practicing depending on what my imaginary opponent is doing. So for Han Yondan, how you want to imagine it is that your opponent is right on top of you. This is why it's in Kokuts. Here, they're right there. I've just simply dropped my body weight. So when I make the kick, it's a Jordan kick, yeah? Right, if you look in best karate, Jordan for this kick. So as you make the kick, boom, there is no way I could kick someone in the face if I'm grappling with them here. So therefore, this first technique is either Hizagiri, practicing body for Hiza, or you're using the flexibility that you develop to simply kick out the legs that are underneath. Right? So here, either Hiza, which is expressed as Jordan Maigiri, or kicking out. Then control where they go, then finish them. This is how you want to think of Han Yondan. They're on top of you, hit them, devastate them, control them, hit them. This feeling. So cool. That's Han Yondan. That's a green belt. How do we think of this when we turn into brown black belts? Well, Jion has the answer. So in Jion, if we look at the difference, is instead of Zenkutsu, we now Zenkutsurachi. We now from Kokutsu to now Zenkutsu. So again, make sure when you're making here, easy timing because it's a simple drop. Now the timing is much more difficult because you're now, if you look at my body center on these blue lines, is now pushing forward. I'm pushing down. My opponent is grappling with me and I'm driving my body weight in. I'm trying to drive them back. So as you go for Jion, feel Zenkutsurachi. Feel this connection between the rear hip drive and the rear out the front elbow, the one that's closest to you. From here, it's Chudan, and then that same feeling, that same drive, right? So once again, we kick them, they double over, and now we set them up for the next technique. This hand either is holding on to them and places them where you want them to be, or it's reaching for them to get a handle on them. Think Muhammad Ali, where he used to put his hand on someone to know exactly where they are. Miyamoto Musashi in the Goron no Sho, the Book of Five Rings, also states, when in combat, make your sword stick to his. Right, so as you make this, feel connection. Then kick through the center, boom, this push. And when you think, the timing for this is feed, kick, punch, then ba-ba. So we're here, have that same feeling. 1, 2, 3, push. Now finish them. 1, 2. This idea. So have that flavor, have that taste, have that feeling of connect, bang, bang. Connect, distance them, hit, hit. So let's try it a few times just within the kata. Each feed forward. So you're pressing forward now. Now kick, get them to distance. Now finish them. Boom, boom. Now try the other side. Each. Kick them, push them back. Kick, place. Keep them right in distance. Now 1, 2. Good, and up. Try again. Each. Nisa. Shigo. Good, other side. Each. Knee kick. Sanshi. Very good. So you want that flavor and you want that timing. Notice the difference, right, between Han Yondan, everybody's really on top of me. Knee them, get them to this finish. Versus Jion, push them back, get them back further, figure out where they are, bang, bang. A little bit later, we see the same sequence once more. We see it in Jin. And Jin, at least in the United States, is not practiced that often. The thing that it does is it's very Jion-ish, but there's one piece that's different. So, we make Zenkutsu, Kikiwakyuke. We do the kick, punch, punch, but now we make the double block, just like hand sana, right? So it's a punch, block, here, this feeling. So let's try on the other side. H. Kick, punch, punch, kick, then finish. This idea. So you want the same sort of idea. Hand sana, or you want to have this feed, kick, control, punch, block this time. Right? So it's the same. When you look at Han Yondan, feed, kick, control, punch. Jion, feed, kick, control, punch, punch. Jin, feed, kick, control, punch, block. Right? So they have these different flavors of technique. So let's try Jin a few more times just to get the flavor of it. So from here, Aichi. Knee, sanchi, go. Again. H. knee, control, punch, block. Good. Just for those who don't know, the blocking Garambarai arm, for the version I'm doing, I know it's different in SKI and Kanazawa's school. The blocking arm is the same as the leg that's out front. Kanazawa's school, SKI, it's the other way around. It's all good, all same thing. Whichever school you're in, practice it that way. So let's try again. Knee, kick, control, punch, block. Good. Here, round, kick, control, punch, block. This feeling again. Each, kick, control, punch, block. One more. Kick or control, kick, control, punch, block. This feeling, this flavor. Very good. So what we have is we have Heian Yondan, Jion, Jien. Why are they different? Well, what they're informing you, if you remember rightly, the Heian kata were really devised as training kata. They're teaching you the concept and they're teaching it to you in the most simplest situation imaginable. This is my mind. So as you go to Heian Yondan, they're on top of you. You're a green belt. They've come in and they've got the better of you. Whoa. You kick, you place, you hit, finish. That's the end. Jion, you're a brown belt. We all know that most of our lumps and bruises are from brown belts. They're all excited and really pumped full of testosterone and ready to go, yeah? So here, you're now in their face. You kick, drive, then finish them. Wah, wah. Right, once you have that technique. So this is telling you now that you've got this idea of this forward action, this aggressive feeling that you can have out of this technique. Jien, because you're higher ranked, you now feel more invincible, but something goes wrong. So here, we make the block, we kick, get them the distance, we go to finish them. Oh, that was lucky. This isn't necessarily a block. Instead of me punching them and they fall back and explode like I expect out of Heian Yondan or Jion, they fall in towards me. They fall in, I hit them, they start coming in, right, I make the block. They fall in towards me, I still have the feeling forward, but it's a closer technique. Stopping, stopping, blocking, blocking if I need, with the other hand attacking. Getting both hands engaged into the fight, which is a more sophisticated way to fight. So what this does is this brings that into play, right? So we have that idea, the idea of Heian Yondan, Jion, and Jien in the way that they're expressing the story. So what I want to do is let's dirty up the kata. Let's dirty up these movements. So what you can imagine is let's make it more free. So here with the true intent and the true feeling of the kata. So from here, we make the attack, or somebody comes in, we're a little bit behind, we're going to do Heian Yondan, and they come, whoa, that was lucky. They were right there. From here, knee, push them distance and hit. This is the technique. And you can make this sloppier if you need to. And they come, look, here I am, I'm wrestling, knee them on, then push the distance and hit. This is that feeling. This is Heian Yondan in a nutshell. Let's try it that way. Let's try it that way. So, just do the movements of the kata, carry the principle of what Heian Yondan is trying to say with this controlling hand. Here, feed. Well, they're right in. I'm grappling with them. Knee them. Control them. Hit them. This feeling. Let's try it the other side. Control. Feel. Knee. Control. Hit. This feeling. This is what it's after. So this beautiful, clean technique becomes dirtier. Whoa, that's close on in. This feeling. Now let's think about it in terms of Jion and how that feels. Jion now, they're coming in and attacking me. I'm a lot more aggressive. So in this particular case, in they come, both hands are up. I'm just driving into them. From here, I kick, bang, control. There they go. They're running away. I go after them. You want that feeling. I'll make some distance for you. So it's here. Feel in this idea. Kick, drive. This feeling. Get the distance with this technique. Either you've got a hold of them and you're controlling them down, and then you're finishing them off here, or control, kick, they go flow up, kick, they're flying away, get the distance again here. Then, chase them down. That's Jion's feeling, that aggressiveness, that strength of stance. This is the feeling that should come through the kata. Your turn, let's try it real quick. So feel here. Now, push. Feel your energy go this way. Kick, get them in distance. Now follow them. Good. Let's try again. Other side. Get your distance. Get into the grapple. Kick, make the distance. Drive to your opponent. Very good. Try one more time. Yeah. Make your distance. Get into the grapple. Both hands up. Boom. This one covers. This comes under and controls. Kick. Boom. Now, fire. Opposite way. Make your distance. Yeah. Kick. Push. Boom. Now, push. To control and finish. This is the feeling and the relationship of Kihon to Kata to Kumite. Okay, so let's take Jion's view. Jion's view is what if there's a screw up, or Jion's view rather, is what if there's a screw up. So in this case, what happens is we're here, we make our push, everything's going according to plan, it's all good. We've covered, we've controlled, we do our kick, we make our distance, we throw our first technique, but this time they don't run away. We don't need to chase them down. Instead, they come in on us. They come back. This is the feeling you want. So what it ends up looking like is more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's close, right? Making that distance. Whoa, there. Where you can then either strike, you can use that as a throw or continuation of a throw. Got to hold their lapel, their legs, scoop, right? Whatever you want to do. You've moved in to that clever opening, leg here, body, torso here, that kind of position. Or you can continue straight in. Think empty for the next technique. So let's try it the other side. Push in. 1, 2. Kick, drive, block. This feeling. So think about the timing. The timing here becomes interesting. The classic Jian timing you see from tournaments is this boom, kick, bang, bang, half an hour later, bang. You don't necessarily want to do that. If you're listening to Jion says 1, 2, 3, get your distance, assess, then bang, daddy, bang. This one, you can use it with 2 different timings, the classic tournament timing or the Jion timing. Feed, kick, track, you throw the first punch, that messes up, screw back. Or you can make your first punch, then react. In my opinion, the first timing, the Jion timing, is more correct in an application sense. Bump, pop, pop. You push them back, assess where they are, hit, block. This feeling. So let's try. Jian. H. Me. Assess, block. Good. Now from here, add in the freer movement. H. Need some. Assess, back. This was lucky. Try again. Other side. H. Knee. Now, hit back. This feeling again. Jion Kanazawa or Jian Kanazawa or Jian JK. Your choice, you're fighting. My opponent in this case threw a punch off this side to their face, and I had to block them with this hand in my mind. That's okay. The intent was correct. Try again. Each feed. Kick, drive, punch, pump. Have that feeling. Around. One. Kick, punch, punch. That feeling. So developing that feeling, the idea of progressing from Han Yondan to Jion, where it's very aggressive and driving forward, to Jian, where it starts out aggressive and you have to change tactic to become less aggressive, makes perfect sense as you advance through the ranks. So it's really important to do this. Some other things that are really critical is developing what the basics are trying to tell you, and always reverting back to a basic sense. If I cannot control my timing in a basic sense of technique, I'll never be able to control it when I'm in this free feeling. Likewise, if I can't control my center, whether I'm doing Han Yondan, my timing in Han Yondan, right? All of those you should do at will, because those different timings depend on how you interact with your partner, right? So you want to make sure that they're always clean and crisp. So what we're going to do, just to finish off, just to make sure it's crystal clear in, let's do Han Yondan, strict kata, one side, the other. Jion, strict kata, one side, the other. Jian, strict kata, one side, the other. Then we'll repeat it, dirtied up, with intent and feeling for what the kata's trying, in my mind, to produce and implement. So, let's go. Ready? Han Yondan. Each. Knee. Very good. Right? So that should feel clean, strong. You should know as your body center moves and as it's controlling the techniques that you go. Body center drops, elbow drops. Other side. Knee. Some. Very good. Now, let's think Jion. Jion driving into that Zenkutsu, pushing your opponent back. Hence, it's a Chudan kick. You now have the space. Each. Knee. Sanshi. Good. Opposite side. Each. Knee. Sam. Shigo. Very good. Now, Jian. Here, Zenkutsu kata. Each. Knee. Sam. Shigo. Good. Jian, kata. Each. Knee, sam, shi, go. Very good. Now let's try it. Kumite feel. Same sequence, but understand the principles behind each part of the movement. Duck in, knee them, force them down, hit them. For Han Yondan. Let's try. Each, grappling, knee, sun. This feeling. Other side. Each, knee, sun, chi. Very good. This feeling. Now let's try Jion. Push them back. Continue to push them, get your distance midway, then chase them down. Finish them. Hey. Each. You're grappling. Kick them. Knee. Push them back. Sun chi. Get them. Other way. Each. Knee. Sun chi. Go. Good. Now Jian. Everything goes to hell. You push them back. You kick them back. You get them to the distance you want. You punch them. They fall towards you. Each, push, Ni, some distance, some hop, she. That was lucky. Again, maybe they're bigger, right? Maybe they're not a little weak. Maybe they're not a wuss like in Jion. Maybe they're tough and scary, right? All of these situations. She, go, chich, touch. Very good. This is the feeling that you want. So what I challenge you to do is I challenge you to identify similarities in kata and ask across kata. Don't think about them as being individualistic. Don't think of them as being an individual fighting system. They are. But part of their purpose in the way that they develop through Okinawa, as they felt, I'm a geneticist, so I think of things this way. As they developed across an evolutionary tree, they diverged, they came in, they started playing, right? They started switching around. And so what you find is that they developed according to the different scenarios that they may encounter. You can see that here with Han Yondan that teaches you the basic body action. Jion that teaches you to be aggressive and use these techniques to drive your opponent back. And Jin that teaches you to block, counter, and then what comes next, what are alternatives. And so I challenge you to find that within your karate. I challenge you to identify it through looking through kata as a way to understand movement and as a way to understand individual techniques. This is my challenge to you. And with that, let's cool down a little bit. So arms forward, backwards, rotating. Good, Zenkutsu. Ball of foot. Heel. Switch, Zenkutsu. Ball of foot. Heel. Good, legs apart, just relaxing forward. Good, working your way up. Hips. Good, other way. Excellent. Good, and just loosening anything else off. So once again, thank you so much to Martin Sensei for inviting me back. I love coming back here. I love sharing my ideas where I'm at in my karate. I hope it challenges you a little bit and gets you thinking beyond just the 1,000 rep stage. You must always take your karate and think about it and apply that with the solid, strong foundations that we have. As one of my good friends, Dr. Matt Payne, always says, it's about working on the gearbox, not just the engine. So with that, have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you again in the future, I hope. And take care, keep safe. Here in the US, we're still locked up tight pretty much, so it's a lot more Zoom training for me. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Hey, Sudach. Hey. Us. Thank you all so much. Take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you again.